Thanks, Teddy. The World Health Organization saying that Gaza now has less than a day's worth of fuel, water, and electricity left. Hospitals and the health system are now collapsing. Joining us from Jaffa in Israel with the very latest this morning is CTV News' Heather Wright. Heather, good to see you. The UN and other humanitarian organizations say the crossing into Gaza from the Egyptian city of Rafah, the only border into Gaza that isn't fully controlled by Israel, is not accessible. As a result, the flow of humanitarian aid has stopped. First of all, update us. Why is that crossing closed?
Well, there's been a lot of battles around that crossing, and so it's not secure at this point. And that's been really the center of a lot of diplomatic discussion over the last several days in trying to get foreigners who are stuck in Gaza, including a number of Canadians, out and get aid in. And so behind the scenes, we do know that diplomatic efforts continue to get that border crossing. But in the meantime, there is a spiraling humanitarian crisis in Gaza, as you mentioned, Anne-Marie, and we are hearing that hospitals are going to be without power in about 24 hours. We know when Israel announced that complete siege on Gaza last week, cutting off electricity, food, water, that hospitals turned to generators, but that uses fuel, and those fuel supplies are running low. And so the situation, which has been dire for days now, is getting even worse, with 1 million people having fled the north to the south, shelling still happening all over Gaza. And so diplomatic efforts from the UN are underway to try to get much needed fuel in. It's ready to go at the border crossing in Rafah. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to get it in and working all those back channels, because there are so many different parties involved, and this is such a complicated diplomatic, effort, not to mention a deepening crisis for the people stuck in Gaza.
Yeah, and I should mention that coming up, we're going to be speaking with one of the Canadians who are currently in Gaza and what their experiences have been in the last few days. The Prime Minister called in the House of Commons for the immediate establishment of that humanitarian corridor into Gaza. What kind of efforts do we know about aid being delivered and moving across the border there?
Well, that's certainly something that's also going to be top of mind for President Joe Biden, who is expected to visit Israel here tomorrow. Secretary of State for the United States, Antony Blinken, had a 9-hour meeting yesterday with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and they really are spending a lot of time focusing on getting in that aid. Because there is, as I mentioned, as we all know from the pictures that are coming out of Gaza, a spiraling humanitarian crisis that is likely to get worse as the shelling continues and as this ground invasion by Israeli troops take place. And so there are talks to get some sort of humanitarian corridor, some sort of humanitarian camp, because there are so many displaced Palestinians who have fled the north to the south. There's frankly nowhere for them to go. Not to mention, decimated infrastructure. And so there are efforts by the UN and other agencies to try to open up some sort of camp, some sort of relief site, but it remains to be seen exactly what that is going to look like and how much longer it might take to get that much needed aid inside.
Heather, we appreciate the live update from Israel this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.